I do want to bring up something real quick, though, too. Something that's been going on that we noticed yesterday is that Defy Media, who we have lots of friends over at Defy, and we have friends over at, well, Screen Junkies is no longer part of Defy. They were sold to Fandom.
Yeah, I got a lot of texts yesterday.
Yeah, so Defy, who used to own Screen Junkies, and then they own Clever and Smosh, they're going out of business. They're
closing the doors,
closing up shop, and in January, that's it. Yeah, no, we got a lot of friends over there, so you know we're I think it's part of what happens in this business, you know. Too, you kind of hope that
it's a tough space.
It is, and so one of our close friends is Sinead, who's been on the show, has been on many of our shows, and Sinead's so talented, though. She's going to find something.
She also, this is why it's so important to diversify.
Yeah.
And she's in so many different shows, on so many shows, and in so many different outlets.
Right.
But it's still, and I tell you, people at home, because people forget, it's still somebody's job. It's still somebody's livelihood, and they still lost it. So now is not a time for people to be pissed about losing content or tweeting at these people what they did wrong.
Is that what's happening?
It's always what happens. Yeah. And people lose their jobs.
Right.
And people forget that because you watch them on your TV or your iPad. You lose your job. And Sinead has a family to take care of, and I have no idea because she's not a friend of mine. But that's sad.
Right.
It's a sad thing. And you lose your livelihood.
Yeah, I mean, all those Smosh gamers, the Smosh, you know, that brand and Clever are gigantic brands.
I'm sure they're going to find homes, and it will be fine. But in the meantime, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah. I just think, look, there's a lot of things, and we're not going to get too deep into it, but I think Defy in general that whole company just handled themselves so terribly.
Did you read the press release?
No.
Because that's what they said.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah, we've handled this.
They came out and said it. Oh, they handled it so terribly.
We did this kind of is what they said.
They did. I mean, from the obvious situation that happened last year.
We can pull it up. You could see they took ownership of it. I thought.
I know a lot of people that have a lot of problems with Defy Media.
Well, look,
and I won't say their names. And I don't want. I'm just.
There was a lot that happened, man. It just went downhill, and it blew up in their faces last year, and then. Just more and more just continued to happen, and they didn't handle things well, and financially they overspent money, and that's what happens, you know. So
I'm still waiting for a phone call.
Well, but you're not. But aren't you?
I was with Defy for a long time.
Yeah, no, I know you were. I know you were, but you were more on the Screen Junkie side, weren't you?
Yeah, and so now I'm with Fandom. Yeah.
Right, you're Fandom. So why would you get a phone call on it? Because Fandom's not going out of business.
Not on this. It was a slight joke at the fact that a lot went down, and I'm still waiting for a phone call.
You're still waiting for a phone call from back then.
Yeah,
I understand. Okay.
Still waiting for a phone call.
Yeah. Anyway, so this
looking like it's not going to happen. Maybe I cut my losses at this point.
This is more of a just to say that, you know, we are looking out for our friends and hoping that there's opportunities that come for all those talented people out there. The ladies at Defy of Clever. So great. Erin and Sinead and Jocelyn.
I mean, they're absolute dolls.
They're stars.
But what I will say is that I've noticed they've brought on new people recently, which makes me think that they are just going to be fine. Their Clever is going to be fine because if they're still building, they're still growing, their numbers are still knocking it out of the park, I think they're going to be just fine.
Will they sell off? You probably sell Smosh and sell Clever off? Probably you're going to have to, right?
Yeah, and that's, again, with the article. I thought it was up there. It's not.
Sorry, internet's slow right now.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
I just otherwise it looked like I had.
But who knows? I mean, something will happen too. I mean, and I'm not going to be shocked at all when I hear that those ladies got a job like.
I mean, you would have to be a moron to not want one of those two entities.
They're great.
They're both huge. And in this time, in this space, it's so hard to create a name, as you know better than anybody, Christian. Clever and Smosh both are huge fucking names.
Right.
Huge names.
Right.
And that matters.
And it's just too many employees is the thing. There were a lot. They hired a lot. Couldn't hold up with it. Then they opened too many places. They went big and just missed.
Yeah,
you know what happens. And that's also then they handled other things terribly.